Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Heim. I will be going over FDO certification, a very high level, a 101 introduction into what we've developed for a certification program for FIDO device onboard. So to begin, I'd like to cover some of the benefits of FDO certification. With product certification, certification ensures standardization and interoperability of products within an industry. Certification serves to differentiate between products. Certification can achieve and comply with regulatory requirements. And one of the most important factors, certification ensures consumer, enterprise, and industrial protection. All of these factors were considered when developing the means of validation and compliance for the FDO certification program. So we are nearing program launch for FDO certification. Currently, we're sort of in the home run stretch, and the FIDO device onboard certification program is intended to certify devices, IoT devices, and onboarding services. Certification will be available for both FIDO members and non-members. Core FIDO certification methodology has been applied based on prior certification program success and experience. FIDO members, through working group structure and subject matter experts, have contributed to the development of the certification program. This is the program methodology used to develop and operationalize the FDO certification program. For program launch, certification will include functional certification, security evaluation for level 1, as well as certification maintenance and updates. For continued development, FIDO will evaluate use of their established FIDO accredited lab program for testing higher levels of security assurance, as well as establish new FIDO companion programs. These companion programs acknowledge other industry certifications that could fill specific FDO certification requirements for achieving FDO certification, lowering the barriers and cost for achieving certification. So what are the elements to FDO certification? As mentioned, it includes functional certification. As part of functional certification, 2 parts make it up: conformance test validation, as well as interoperability validation. Conformance test validation validates products against the specification, and if it is in compliance to the protocol specification. Interoperability validation validates implementability of products within the marketplace, sort of through a plug fest with other products that are testing and going through the certification process. As mentioned, conformance testing is a requirement for functional certification. For FDO, we've developed a conformance test tool suite that will test the device tests, the rendezvous server tests, as well as the device onboarding service. This is a bit of a screenshot of the dashboard. The conformance test tools will be available both through the web as well as local on-prem for testing. For interoperability testing events, interop testing events will be scheduled throughout the year, usually held every 90 days within a hybrid format, accommodating both in-person and remote attendance. These events are intended to be like a plug fest of sorts, as mentioned. For FDO, a successful pass will include a successful execution of all parts of the protocol from T0 to T2 between the device owner, the rendezvous server, and device, with the corresponding 2 records collected by the dashboard. This being the dashboard that collects the information from the testing of the 3 elements for interoperability testing. Each device model must be able to successfully perform T0 with 2 distinct rendezvous services that are not developed and or run by the same company. Each device model must be able to successfully perform T01 with two distinct device onboarding services that are also not developed and are run by the same company. As well, each device onboarding service must be able to register its rendezvous server info with at least two distinct rendezvous services that are not developed and or run by the same company. This ensures interoperability within the marketplace between devices. The third element to the certification process is the element of compliance and validation of the security assurance of the device. FDO will be launched with security evaluation for level 1, as mentioned. What does this include? This includes a vendor questionnaire that is then also validated by the Security Secretariat, who is a subject matter expert within security. For continued development, we'll consider higher levels of security certification. That would also potentially include the FIDO accredited lab program for further testing and evaluation, as well as would also be validated by the Security Secretariat for validation. I should note that the vendor questionnaire has been based off of security requirements that were developed by the Security and Privacy Requirements Working Group in collaboration with the IoT Technical Working Group within FIDO Alliance. The security requirements took into consideration the threat analysis that was developed for FDO and has been extensively evaluated in order to determine what was an entry-level threshold for level 1 security assurance, and then what could also be the parameters around higher levels of security assurance for FDO certification for the future. One of the final parts, besides certification issuance of FDO certification, is going to be the ongoing certification maintenance and updates. In order to maintain your certification, you can complete a FIDO impact analysis report if changes have been made to the certification and or to the device. This will be reviewed by the Security Secretariat, and a delta derivative or a new certification would be determined. As an example, on the right-hand side, this is from our authenticator program. This is what deemed as a delta derivative and or a new certification, respectively. So to review here, what is the life cycle for FDO certification? It includes functional certification, security certification, concluding successfully with FDO certification, and then going on through certification maintenance and updates. An FDO certificate will not expire, but we do have the certification maintenance and update step in place to maintain your certifications. So for program availability, for program launch, we're targeting Q1 of 2023. And for budgeting purposes, FDO certification fees are as follows here for members and non-members. FDO functional certification, as well as certification for level 1 is included within the package of the single certification fee of 9,000 USD for members and 12,000 USD for non-members. Delta and derivative pricing has been set at 1,000 respectively, as well as 1,250. That's my overview for FDO certification, and we will be back with potentially more Q&A